What a beautiful Friday here in France, and welcome everyone to the Paul Ricard. The qualifying session begins now, and we'll soon find out who's fastest today. Whoa, very close in the pit lane. Griffin almost makes contact with Walsh. BMW M2 CS CUP, race 1 at French soil is just about to begin. Henkefeld leads the grid towards starting line. Green flag is waving. Race 1 is underway. Henkefeld has good start and keeps first position for now. We can see 3 wide in the background. Henkefeld on the inside towards turn 1 and Heinemann on the outside. And he overtakes leader in turn 1 and he makes it look so easy. Now, sprint from turn 2 towards turn 3. Is there a chance for Henkefeld to fight back for the race lead in turn 3? He is close, but not close enough to attack Heinemann and take first place back. All 30 cars will go through turns 4, 5, 6, and 7, now and then onto a back straight that stretches for almost 2 kilometers. Championship leader James Rood is now very close to Henkefeld, and with slipstream for almost 2 kilometers, he has great chance to overtake car number 46 before Corp de Seat. Let's take a look at the start replay. Great start from James Rood, and he almost immediately finds himself right at the back of Henkefeld's rear bumper. He quickly moves to the middle of the track, probably trying to pass 2 cars at once. Unfortunately, he doesn't have enough speed to get to the front of the pack. Let's take a look at Henkefeld. He goes deep onto the curb while Heinemann takes almost ideal line and flies past German driver. Two cars going side by side towards turn 3. I think that's Cugliari and Carasani, but I'm not sure. The yellow car goes on the outside through turn 3 and then inside of turn 4. Meanwhile, at the back of the pack, Griffin doing his best to limit damage after technical problems in qualifying. Late on the brakes, and he tries to attack in turn 3, but he has unoptimal line and has to give up. But now he attacks round the outside of turn 4 and dives on the inside of turn 5. He also passes the green car with Simon Tan behind the wheel. Now almost 3 wide at the back of the pack. Someone goes wide, but everything seems clear for now. Small lockup from Griffin, and he loses a bit of time as he goes wide. Now side by side in the second part of that long corner, and Griffin keeps his place. Griffin now chasing group of 4 cars down the main straight. Very late on the brakes from Griffin, and he attacks in turn 1. Nitzel loses grip at the curb, and Griffin gains another place. Quite early on the brakes, and he surprises Nitzel with that. Contact! Nitzel spins the car and hits Griffin once again. It was very weird move from Griffin. I cannot understand what was he trying to do here. Stewart's definitely going to take a look at this accident. I also wonder if Nitzel was spun around because of painted lines, or did he apply some throttle? Griffin is on the very inside of the track, and I think he started to brake that early to be able to make that corner. What's more, he goes straight as he brakes, what might be result of dirty side of the track. Nitzel's onboard shows us a lot more than trackside camera, and from that perspective, it looks a bit more like driver error than action on purpose. Touches the car ahead. Another corner, and Griffin once again late on the brakes, and millimeters from another car's rear bumper. Big slide from Kajaya, and he's off the track. Yellow flag on the exit of turn 5. Another lap, another corner, and Griffin's still trying to catch Heffler. Good exit onto the back straight from Griffin, and he's gaining very much on Heffler. Will it be enough to make a pass? Wind direction has slightly changed, and slipstream is very powerful now. Griffin is getting closer and closer. He is flashing his lights and decides to attack at the end of back straight. He moves to the inside, and they go side by side in that high-speed corner. Heffler goes wide, but manages to rejoin on the correct side of white bollards. Griffin on the inside of the double droit de Beausset and safely finishes that overtake. They're heading towards Virage de la Tour, and now it's Heffler attacking. Griffin makes a mistake, slightly blocks the wheel, and cannot turn into the apex. And now they're side by side into final corner. Two complete different lines, and Griffin has better exit, and the chase begins once again. He's very close, moves to the outside. He goes extremely late on the brakes and passes Heffler once again. Mark Houston wins race 1 on Paul Ricard. The fight between Heffler and Griffin is not over yet. Side by side in final corner of the race. Heffler has better exit and keeps his place. Welcome to this late French evening. It's time for race number 2. What's more, it's the first night race in the history of the BMW M2 CS CUP. It's lights out and race 2 is underway. Everyone keeps its place. No one moves to the middle or to the edge of the track, trying to get as close as possible to the car in front. One of the cars goes round and into the wall on the exit of turn 1, but he doesn't collect anyone with him. Henkefeld loses first place, just like in race 1. Let's take a look at the start replay. Let's focus on the light blue car. He turns a bit too early, goes over the curb, and I think he hit the back of DHL livery car, what caused loss of stability and spun the car. Makes an unexpected switchback and passes Zabinski. Oh, they touch! won race 1 and now he wins race 2 as well. Domination on the French soil.